You guys adopted an ordinance allowing us to form this. This is the actual formation of the latecomers agreement deal with on Thornton and Stewart intersection. So the first is the ordinance of the formation, and the second is the resolution setting the date of the public hearing.
Any council discussion? Moving both forward? Yep. Okay, Paula, did we have any further information?
I guess I'm just asking the council move this forward to their next meeting on Monday the 24th.
Okay. And do we have any draft findings of fact yet, or?
Pardon?
Do we have the draft findings of fact from that yet, or are we just?
No,
we'll get
sir.
those on Monday?
We'll get those on Monday.
Move forward. So we are then up to evidence software program.
Hello. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Samantha. I'm the new evidence custodian over at the police department. And basically, we're here to ask for approval to get a new evidence software program. Our department is working to get accredited, and one of the big issues we're running into is our evidence. That's one of the main things they look at, and it's kind of where we're lacking right now. Basically, the program we have right now is a DOS-based software, which is from the early 90s. We go in there, we enter it manually, we enter the location for the evidence. If we want to go back and find it later, we have to scroll all the way down to 2013, 2014. There's no way to just search by case number. There's no way to search by item. Basically, it's very difficult to use. And then when we transition from the old evidence custodian to me, we can still search, but no one can make any changes. And there's no IT help desk for this program anymore. So basically, this is what we have right now. So we've been writing all our new evidence in this booklet, all of the moves from one crime lab to back to our location. So this is what we have at the moment. So our proposal, Stephanie, our support specialist, she did some proposals and some research on programs. So the program we're looking at is called File on Queue. It's basically ran out of Seattle, so it's local. They would have people come down to train us as well as being right up the road. So any questions we had, they would be able to help us with. The price of it is $7,500. That is a small agency price. Compared to some others, we're $10,000, $25,000, and $15,000. That does not include Washington sales tax, but there are no annual fees, none of that sort. Basically, this program will help us. Everything will be entered into the computer by the officers, and then I will be the only one able to make changes. It'll track the evidence from one location to the next. It'll follow chain of custody, which will help with court cases. It's very user-friendly. The program is customized for your agency. So for our property form, we can input what we like versus what other agencies have liked, etc. It'll reduce the amount of paperwork. Everything will be in the computer. We will still probably print it off for our files just in case something happens. But at the moment, our chain of custody, if we lose a piece of paper, it's gone. So this will help a lot with our program, and it'll help us with accreditation. I do have a list of other agencies that use the program. There are lots here in Washington. Let's see, we have Bremerton, Ellensburg, Kitsap. I know Seattle PD recently switched to it. Tukwila uses it, Whatcom Sheriff's Office, lots of different ones. So that's all I have. If you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Your present system don't have any problem with power line generated, does it?
No, not at all. Yes.
Will you be able to import the existing data off your existing system, or you're going to have to
Yes,
re-enter everything?
we've talked to Scott from IT, and he is going to be able to transfer it all to an Excel document, and then transfer the Excel document into the new program. So we've talked to him, and we'll work on our system and everything, so.
Does Auburn use this, do you know?
To be honest, I don't know what Auburn uses. I don't think they use this one, but,
But Scott's comfortable he can support it?
yeah.
Okay.
I actually think Auburn uses Stillman, which we use for citations and everything, but their price was $10,900 as long as Algona went in on it with us. And then that would also still be ran through Auburn. So any changes we need, we would have to go through them to make the changes instead of just being kind of separate.
And then you said there's no annual cost, it's
No.
straight up?
Yes.
So how are upgrades handled? Or is this the version we get and we buy it again if we want?
Well, as I said, it's very customizable, so any changes we want, we can do on our own. There's no, as far as upgrades, I'm not sure about that. I believe Stephanie may have talked to them about that, but any small changes, like if we want to add a field or subtract a field, I know that we can do ourselves.
Yeah, one of the things like these software updates, might want to communicate with them and ask them how they do that section. The other thing I'd be curious about is backup of the data. If there's a failure or something like that, are we going to have an on-site backup for the information, or is it some?
Again, everything we put in, we will be printing off for our binders as well, but I'm not sure about that either.
We should have a backup somewhere.
Everything we have in our systems are backed up somehow. I mean, so anything you put in, you'll be able to go back to the date. You know, you might lose a small section of it that has to be reprocessed, but everything prior to that would be like anything else in the city. It would be backed up in the city server, right?
Yeah.
Do they give support, and it's how much?
It's free. Any support we need is free.
On site, so they would
Yep.
come out and?
Yep, on site, over the phone, over email. We've been working with one gal, Shannon. She's very helpful. She'll email you back the same day. So, very good with
But
support.
there's no limit, like
No.
if you need somebody to come out? 'cause
No.
it's-
Not at all. Anything else?
Is there an actual proposal? I see something from Stillman, but I don't see an actual proposal from them in the package.
No, Lucky? I do have a filing queue proposal. Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, so
Or,
all we
I don't know
have,
what you guys have got in there.
all we've got is that cover page and then a bunch of emails.
Oh, yeah, we have a full thing here.
I was under
I'm
the
not sure what you got.
understanding that because we talked about this before in council meeting, what our intent was to move over to a new system. It was my understanding from the chief that we have provided enough information where I'm satisfied and make a decision with the information that we have.
If you need copies of this.
I think I'm new,
get you.
like, when you get that.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing it. If you could at least email me, I'd like to take a look at it. Yeah, I think it'd be good to just send that to all the council.
Yeah. I need it. Mike and I both need a hard copy.
Okay, definitely.
And it's one of the other things is it says 8205, but it's 7,500. Do we get a discount from the
That's
time
probably
of
after
the proposal?
Yeah, that's after
Oh,
tax.
okay.
7,500 before tax, and then just watch the state sales tax.
Okay.
Another thing is, when this program was presented to us, Scott from IT, he was in on we had a telephone conference, and so during the presentation, the gal was doing the presentation by phone, and we're at our computers seeing how the system works. Scott was watching on his computer how the system works, and I know, even though Auburn is using a different system for their evidence, they're using a building system. Scott pretty much gave his blessing on what this system could do, so we believe that for our police department, it's worked for a larger police department, and we've modified small police departments that we feel that this system here, for the price, would be something that we would be able to utilize for years. As Stephanie said, the old system, she can't even get into it because it's so old, and we can't make changes. But during the presentation, they told us that the old system can be brought into the new system, where we can find things, we can still track things on the old system through the new system. So, I think it's a good system for us.
And will they integrate the two?
Yes.
They'll do all that, you don't have to sit down and do it?
Scott with IT will
Okay.
do all that. Anything else?
No. We have Scott with IT do it, so we create a charge there, right?
My guess is it'll be covered under the existing contract.
I believe so.
It will be, but it'll be, well, depends, because on hardware, like for, or and software that goes on the new computers, that's separate. So it will be, if it's troubleshooting, it would be a call, but I think this will be separate. I'll follow up on it. Let you know.
I mean, if it's on site, it would be travel charges.
Yeah.
What we talked about.
Yeah, and I did get a new bill that broke it down, I'll show you that.
Wouldn't integrating the new one with the older, that would take a little bit of work, wouldn't it?
Probably, but I'll just follow up and find out from Scott what their
We'll
intentions
try
are.
this right now, we'll keep,
Yeah.
look at this complete thing and make sure that we don't have a bunch of hidden charges in there. I mean, I realize that she's done a tremendous job, and Stephanie both, in researching and everything, but in the past, all of a sudden, we've had these termite charges come out of the woodwork, and I'd like to make sure we don't have those.
I'll take a look at it. I think the three of us will take a look at it before the next meeting.
I appreciate that.
Any further council discussion? Council pleasure? All right. Next up, do WC drug and alcohol testing conversion.
Oh, I can talk about that. This is Amy's learning something.
Oh, no, we're gonna get.
I don't have any of the information in front of me, but this is our CDL, our crew, our CDL drivers. We're in a consortium with our insurance company, AWC, and it's just continuing the drug testing that we're required to do federally.
How often does that happen, the drug testing?
As far as random, all I can say is I've been sent in once. I know that most of the crews, 4 total, so about one a month.
And at least one per employee per year or something, is there, do we have a policy?
Random.
It's random. There is no, we're working on the policy. The union is reviewing it, but when it's random, they don't even have to do it one a year. It's just random whenever your name gets picked. It just varies.
And how's the name picking go?
It's a computer generated.
Yeah, we went through the whole crew yet, or is there still some?
I think we've pretty much gone through the whole crew. Yeah.
If there's a driving infraction or accident.
That has to be done
automatic.
that has to be done within 24 hours. So that's a totally different thing, but it also goes through this consortium. And then pre-employment for CDL drivers is we do through this consortium.
Any further council discussion? Council pleasure?
Moving forward.